I'm about to tell you the story of my life. More specifically, why my life ended.
G'day Bambies, Kaleidow here, and today we are doing a creator sim video, which I haven't done one of these in a long time when I think about it. So just recently I finished watching 13 Reasons Why, which is a Netflix series, only 13 episodes long, so 13 hours all up. I watched it basically all in one day, all in one go. Started around like 12 a.m. or so, went to bed around like 6 a.m. watching the show, then woke up again around 11 a.m. in the morning, continued watching it and finished it by noon. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, it was so addictive and I really enjoyed this show and I loved the meaning behind it. It just had such a, I don't know, overwhelming message to me, and it really connected to me and also reminded me of things to do with high school that I didn't like and that I went through and also people around me went through. So if you guys are having a hard time through high school, or if you are, I don't know, if you had a hard time through high school, it could be a very reminiscent sort of show for you to watch. But at the end of the day, the message is just very tragic, but it's also good in the sense of looking after your peers. We're all in this crazy journey of life together, and there really is no point in being nasty to other people and being unkind. Like, we're so, especially when you're a teenager, you're just so complicated and hormones and stuff. But yeah, it isn't your average sort of teenager high school drama television show. There's definitely some depth to it, and I do highly recommend it to you guys who are like 15 plus. I don't think it would be very good for people below that because there is like swearing. There's also very explicit scenes to do with suicide, so it could be kind of sensitive to some of you. So I do not condone it to you guys who might be triggered by that sort of stuff. But that's just a heads up. I really liked it, so I wanted to do a creator sim of it. So today we are creating around 8 sims of the characters that really kind of connected with me or that really bothered me. So a mixture of both my favorite characters and also my most hated characters. So we're going to talk a little bit about them throughout this too. So you guys just saw me create the main character, Jensen, and he is such a frustrating protagonist to kind of follow. Not totally frustrating in an annoying way, but I just felt like, oh my god, you should have done this, dude, you should have done that. But at the end of the whole show, he's exactly like that, and he totally realizes his mistakes throughout school and changes it. And I really believe that, like, if you're going to be looking into yourself, being conscious of your actions, then learn from them, man. Like, don't just like put it aside and forget about it. I just love that he did learn from his mistakes. But now we are actually creating Hannah Baker, who is the girl, the dead girl. And if you guys haven't watched the trailer, I will of course put the trailer down below in the description for you guys to watch. So basically, Hannah Baker is the dead girl. She left 13 tapes for some students in the school that she really wanted to connect with and let them know why she killed herself and why she left, why she did what she did. And it's so sad and distressing. And some of the tapes, like majority of them are just so sad. And that's what each episode, there's 13 tapes, 13 episodes. So I really liked the format of the show, and it was just so well done, especially with like the mix of, I don't know, Ethan and I was watching it with my boyfriend, we were trying to figure out what era it was in, and we decided, because they have iPhones and stuff, and we were in high school around their age when, like in 2009 and 10, going through those same motions, like Twilight coming out and I don't know, iPhones getting bigger and better and the music and stuff. But they also had like 80s and 90s sort of rock playing throughout the entire thing, which I thought was really neat, and it just gave it more of that indie vibe. And I feel like because of that sense of timelessness, it will age well, and people maybe even 10 years away will be able to watch it and connect with the show, because it is very, I guess, monotone. All of the styles aren't very crazy or anything. It's just very like kind of flatline. Everything's just very, I don't know, normal. It's meant to be a very normal kind of town, which anyone can relate to, really. It's not meant to be a big city. It's not meant to be a small town. So yeah, oh my gosh, guys, it was just so great. And Hannah Baker was such a lovable girl. Like, if you guys have watched Pretty Little Liars, I did not like the dead girl in that, Allison. I really didn't like her character, so I really didn't care who killed her. But in this one, oh my gosh, Hannah Baker was just someone you fell in love with, and it was as if she was still alive throughout the entire thing, just seeing it through the eyes of the protagonist, Clay. And I feel like he was sort of having hallucinations almost, like he was seeing her wherever he went, and he went through listening to the tapes so much longer than the other people because he was in love with her, and he doesn't realize it until later on that he was in love with her, and he was just too late, and it's just so sad. I don't want to cry now, but oh my gosh, such a, I don't know, heartbreaking story. And I feel like creating The Sims is going to help me get over the story, because like yesterday after we finished it, my boyfriend and I were just like discussing it nonstop. We're like, oh, and this means this and that means that. Anyways, hopefully by creating these Sims, I can kind of mull over the storyline a little bit and get over it, because it's the end of the story. We don't get to know much more, and I don't want to give away any spoilers because it is a great show, and I would implore you guys to watch it for yourselves if you are 15 plus or older. But yeah, it's such a great story, and I love Hannah Baker. She's just so quirky and oh my gosh, so lovable, so friendly, outgoing, and you really want her to live. You just want her to live so bad, but she's been dead since before the beginning of the whole show, so it's just very, very sad. Anyways, now we are working on Justin Foley, who is the kind of the heartbreaker boy, the first boy that she met when she got to the school, because she was a new girl and had that smile that charmed her immediately. And yeah, some bad things happened with him, but he's not a terrible, terrible guy. He makes some bad decisions, some terrible decisions, but he's not as bad as some other guys that we're going to be creating later on. But yeah, he's meant to be sort of from a bad background. His mum is meant to be a bit of a meth head, and he's just sort of trying to get out of that cycle. And he's not supposed to be a bad kid at all. He's meant to be trying to just, get out of that cycle. He's trying to do well at school, trying to get a scholarship, and I think, honestly, he just wants to help his mum. I feel like he's just so sad about his mum's position and letting other guys abuse her. And he's just obviously a very disadvantaged kid, just trying to get through life. And you can't really blame him for that. But he does make bad decisions. And that's what this whole show is about. Every little decision matters. And every little, I don't know, even the flap of a butterfly wing, like she says in the show, like the butterfly meets the hurricane. And we're going to get to that character a little bit later on, who is Bryce Walker. Anyways, because they're high schoolers, they actually don't wear uniforms, which was kind of fun to work around with, because here in Australia, all of the schools have uniforms. So it was really cool to see what high schoolers in this show anyways were wearing. The girls seem to wear a lot of patterns to kind of put in a little bit of different bohemian sort of style clothing with the girls, especially with The next girl that we're going to create soon, Jessica, she is so gorgeous. She's meant to be the pretty girl, but we'll get along to her a bit. Right now, we're actually going to be working on Alex Standall, who's very muchly the trendsetter sort of guy. He isn't really like a jock like Justin. He's not very good at sports. His dad is a policeman, and his brother seems like more of the jock sort of type. So he seems to always be trying to impress his family, I feel, and tries to impress the other guys at the school by, I don't know, kind of showing off that he can get any girl he kind of wants sort of thing. But I don't know, it's a little bit all for show. Alex dresses so well and he has such a unique face. It actually was very hard for me to create the first like 4 Sims in this household because I don't know, they just have such unique features that make them them. And I did struggle a bit, especially with Clay. His face just, I don't know, I couldn't get it 110% him. And I honestly think, especially with Clay and Hannah, facial like expressions do make a person look like them. The way they smile, the way they, I don't know, frown, or the way they think, like, you know, that pondering face. I don't know, it makes a person, and sometimes because we know Sims all have the same animations, it just doesn't work out, doesn't make them look exactly like them. But I hope that these Sims look at least a little bit like the characters. I did change up some of their hairstyles, so the hairstyles are sort of like off a bit, not exactly what they're meant to be, but I am using mainly Max's clothing and hairstyles and everything really. I do have a skin tone on and their eyes and stuff. A few things here and there are custom content, but most of it isn't custom content. So if you guys download this off the gallery, my name is just Kaleidow, but they will hopefully be able to be downloaded and still look quite similar to what they look like in this video. Some of the girl hairstyles might change up, but you guys could just easily change that to a Max's sort of hairstyle and it should be able to work. Now we are working on Jessica Davis, so the pretty girl, the girl that everyone adores at the school. So she's sort of untouchable, while Hannah was sort of the girl who got the brunt of the drama and rumors. Jessica was more of the girl who was nurtured and cherished by everyone. So it was quite a contrast. They both were new to the school at the same time. And it's kind of sad that they kind of went in different directions. They were best friends at one point. Her, Alex, and Hannah were all best friends. They used to go to a coffee house all the time. It was so cute. But even though they had similar humor and have their hot chocolates and stuff, they ended up finding their own group. Jessica became a popular cheerleader. Hannah became a bit more, I don't know, introverted and just stepped back a bit from everything because of all the rumors and bullying, I suppose. While Alex started dating Jessica and he became a little bit more reputable and the jocks started taking interest in him and he had his own friends and stuff. So they did kind of drift apart, which is all very realistic. Like, this happens in high school. I changed my friendship group so many times throughout high school, and yes, it is sort of sad when you see your old best friend and you're just like, oh, hey, remember when we used to do this? And like, maybe they forget and it's like, oh, you forgot? Well, somehow I remembered. And I really, really felt bad for Hannah in those situations when she would see her best friends just really getting on well. And especially when Alex and Jessica started dating, it really kind of made Hannah feel isolated and just felt like she wasn't accepted and that they had kind of rejected her in a sense of like friendship and stuff. She was just like, what did I do wrong? Like, why did they stop being friends with me? But that is all a part of growing up. When you're a teenager, you're trying to figure out who you are. You're trying to find your own sort of mold, and you're going to have to just change friends sometimes and maybe even just sit on by yourself. Like I did that in high school. I didn't have many friends. I had friends, but I didn't have like sort of, you know, like best friends, if you know what I mean. But now we are going to get into the more bad characters. So one of the other characters isn't totally bad, but yes, we're getting to the nasties. So this is Courtney Crimson, and really did not like Courtney at all. Oh my gosh, really did not like her so much. She actually had such a lovely background, 2 loving gay parents, and I wish that she could embrace her own sexuality, and it was kind of sad that she couldn't. She was just so focused on being this perfect girl, because I guess she mentioned in the show that like she used to be bullied about her parents. I guess that put it in her head that she needs to be perfect and hetero or something like that. I don't know. But it's sad, and I don't know, maybe that's why she's so twisted and horrible, but honestly, there's no excuse for being mean. Like, I truly believe everyone is going through a lot through high school. Going through a lot, full stop. Life is just always throwing things at you, and you never know what someone next to you is going through, so what is the point of being nasty? And Courtney's one of those people who was just very selfish, self-absorbed, just wanting to make it, obviously like a part of the SRC sort of club. I don't know what you call it in America, but she was basically like the school captain sort of type, would organize dances and selling tickets, doing stuff like that. I never did that stuff in high school, honestly. Yeah, no. But she said some horrible things in the show, and our main character, Clay, actually brings her to Hannah's grave eventually. Sorry about this spoiler, guys. It just destroys her, and I was happy. I was like, yes. Will she learn from it? You'll have to wait and see. She didn't. Yeah, I won't say anymore, but she's very fake, and I really did not like her at all. Anyways, we are up to Bryce Walker, who is the devil in Prada, basically. Like, he's just the lion in sheep's wool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's just so amicable. Is that even a word? But he's just so friendly and warm in person. He pretends to help out other people, especially his friend Justin, who he buys school books for, who he lets stay over at his house. He's just so two-faced, it really frustrates me. He's from a really rich family, so he just flaunts his money, and you just can tell by the way he walks through school. He just thinks he's top shite, and it's just so frustrating to see this character. There were so many boys in my grade like this too, where they just walk around thinking they own the school, and it's sort of way more concentrated in America than it is in Australia. I kind of feel bad for you guys. I hope it's not exactly like it is in 13 Reasons Why, but from the sounds of reviews and stuff, it is sort of mirroring what it is like. So, oh man, I feel for you guys over there. Just hang on. You know what? Before you know it, school will be over. Just enjoy it. Find the things that you like. Failing. Don't worry about getting the best marks. It honestly does not matter. Like, I do not believe we should be all shoved into the same box, and that's what school does. So if you want to go into a university, that's fantastic, but make sure it's something that you believe in and it isn't something that your parents have taught you or sort of like brainwashed you into thinking is what you want to do with your life. Anyways, the last thing that I want to say about Bryce Walker is that he is the absolute worst evil person. I hate him. I actually hate his character. Actor did fantastically portraying him. Because sometimes I was like, man, what a nice guy helping Justin out. But no, it was all for show, all for himself. And you guys just have to wait and see in the show yourselves. Oh man. Okay guys, now we are working on Tony Hawk, who is the nicest character ever. So I thought I would end off this household with one of the main characters. So he sort of holds all of the power in this show. He definitely does, because he is the one who Hannah actually got in contact with to hold her secrets and make sure that everyone else who is going to be listening to the tapes follows her rules. So basically, one person listens to the tapes and then they have to pass it on to the next person. So if somebody's on tape 1, they have to pass it on to whoever's on tape 2, and etc, etc. So Tony was actually not on the tapes. Tony was such a lovely guy, and I guess that's why Hannah reached out to him to do this, and because he's just like a very strong sort of greaser guy, and he definitely looked like he could get the job done. I guess she kind of trusted him in that way. But Tony is very key in Clay's transformation, in realizing what he's done and also realizing who he wants to be. And I really, really do adore Tony. He's just such a lovely character and just made the whole story come together a lot nicer, and his morals and just everything, even though he came from a very like hard family that was kind of like gangster almost. I just love Tony so much. But yeah, guys, so that is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm so glad that I got to talk about some of these issues that went on in this show. 13 Reasons Why was just such a heartbreaking, tragic story. And there is something each and every one of us can really learn from this tale and learn from Hannah Baker, that life is precious and we need to make every minute, every moment count. And we really need to care for each other. We're all going through things in this big wide world, and high school is just one stepping stone, not even. It's just such a small amount of time. There are always going to be hard times, and the least we can do is be kind to each other. Even if you're on the other side, you're the bully. Just realize, self-reflect, and realize that you don't need to be like that. Why are you like that? Or if you are more of the introvert, like I was in high school, don't blame yourself. You are beautiful. We all are beautiful, even if you are the bully. And we all hurt, we all have pain, and we just need to take care of each other a lot more and just give. We need to be more giving. I feel like that's something that humans have forgotten, to give to each other. Just the small things, the small gestures, a smile, a hello. You know what I mean? Just like a how are you? It just means a lot. Small things, guys. Just remember that. I hope you guys are all okay and well. I had so much fun creating these Sims, and I hope they look kind of similar to the characters. It was a little bit difficult for me. They will be on the gallery for you guys to download for yourselves. But yeah, guys, I love you all to bits. I hope you all have a great day and night wherever you are, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. Also, I'm very sorry for the construction noise in this video. Yep, there's people drilling down below my building, and I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully it won't be in my next videos. But yeah, see you guys.